What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of the Coach Sheet Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Rashid White. All right, let's get into it. You guys see the graphics. You see the actual thumbnail there. Redick must make this key adjustments, or I should say a plural adjustments, if the Lakers are going to have any shot of winning the next game in versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, we're going to get into why the Lakers are actually really losing right now is their actual lineups, man. They got to actually take, and let's get into this lineup right here. Hold on, let me get this up here. And let's see here. We look at, what's his name? You got to take Jackson Hayes out of there, right? He doesn't give you any type of spacing. And you're going to have to take Austin Reeves out of the starting lineup. What I would like for them to do is to put Dorian Finney-Smith in there to actually provide some sort of spacing, and he actually gives you some defense there. What's going to happen is that it will definitely draw Rudy Gobert out, man, because we know like Dorian Finney-Smith, he can actually shoot 39% from the three. As a catch and shoot 3-point shooter. And the only thing about DFS is that he doesn't really give you much else. Now, I've been watching DFS for years when he was with Dallas, when he was with the Brooklyn Nets. He doesn't really give you much else like besides that. He doesn't put the ball on the floor. He doesn't really give you 1-2 dribble pull-ups. He's not a great passer. But we see it even in like in today's NBA. Big men do not want to go out there on the perimeter and guard. I was watching a Miami Heat game, and I think it was with Khalil Ware. I forgot. There was a 3-point shooting big. I forgot who it was. I think it was against the Nuggets. I don't remember, but and you actually look at his frame, right? He is 200 and I think 20-something pounds, right? And he has the lateral quickness to go out there and run guys up the 3-point line, and he didn't even do it. So Rudy Gobert, if you actually look at his weight, right, he is 258 pounds. And he doesn't want to have to go out there and guard, perimeter guys, man. It's hard, man. It's really, really, really taxing on the lower extremities. Like I said, and I've been playing basketball a long time. I'd rather stay down low, right, and get punched in the face, get thrown to the ground, rather than have to go out there on that perimeter and play some defense. It's really, 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 really hard, and that's what makes today's NBA so challenging. You got Naz Reid. You look at him; he's a big, and even guys like Jackson Hayes don't want to actually have to go out there and really kind of guard the perimeter. But now DFS, he can actually do it, man. I think he's more willing to go out there and actually really play defense on the perimeter, just in case they actually do, Naz Reid starts heating up out there, man. So now you gotta look at the loss from the Lakers, man. You have Jaden McDaniels over here, right? His career average is 12.2 points a game. All right, two assists a game. All right, he had almost 30 points, and let's look at the efficiency that he actually had. It was 13 out of 22, not bad, right? I think it's almost 50%, like damn near 48, 49, 50%. And we see Luka Doncic, he's actually going out there, he's closing out hard on him. And you got to actually really make him shoot some threes. And what's his 3-point shoot? Oh, no, I already know already. He's like 32, 33% from the 3-point line. Force him to actually beat you from the outside. When I was watching the game, I was like, damn, Jaden McDaniels actually really has an outside. I mean, like he has game like this. I don't remember him being like this. I mean, he was just like a guy like that can actually. Yeah, I mean, you'll never ask him to go out there like run your offense, and the way it's looking like with Jaden McDaniels, like he's looking like an all-star playing against the Lakers. So Luka Doncic has to sit, right? You have to get rid of him. You can't have him in the starting lineup, and you damn sure can't really have him out there by himself without Luka or without LeBron James being on that floor. It's bad. I mean, the ball handling, when they start really applying pressure on him, he kind of loses the basketball. He gets flustered. He can't, there was like a possession, I think it was in the fourth quarter, where the double team was actually coming to him, and he held on to the basketball. He didn't really make he didn't make the right, read right there. So you got to get him out. I would put, I think Gabe Vincent out there. I will actually put him out there. I think he's a better three-point shooter. Let's see the actual numbers from him. Let's look at his stats. And I know he averages like 6.4 points a game, but like the whole thing with Jackson Hayes is like, that really caters more to Luka, because Luka, we know, actually likes those lob guys. And I think with LeBron, LeBron needs like more spacing. He doesn't really need like a lob threat or anything like that, man. I mean, he's like 6'9", 250 something pounds, right? If you put him at the point guard position, like you got Mike Conley Jr., that's an automatic mismatch right there. And that's actually going to have to send help. And you have guys like DFS wide open, man. So let's see his three-point shooting. It's almost like 35% from three. But I think if you have the ball in LeBron James' hands, it will give him like a wide open shots where he's not really kind of shooting under any kind of duress over here, man. And let's look into the actual player grades over here, because I actually watched this game. And it says Rui Hachimura is a C-, but he doesn't really get the ball like that. We know like Luka Doncic is a ball hog. He's a ball stopper when he's on there. Jackson Hayes, again, you gotta yank him from the starting lineup. He doesn't really give you doesn't give you any kind of offense. It's a lob threat. The offense is like, with him, it's just really, really too predictable. You need a more skilled big out there, right? Make Rudy Gobert actually have to work, man. And expend some of that energy, having to go out there and chase Rudy like Dorian Finney-Smith off the three-point line right there, man. And if he actually is hitting his threes, that will force the Minnesota Timberwolves to actually have to make some type of an adjustment. It says Reeves got the job done very well from the outside by going 5 out of 11 from the downtown. However, he had lots of trouble hitting shots in the paint and just went 7 out of 18 overall from the field. He only had 4 assists and 4 turnovers, and that's one of the problems too. He doesn't really play without the basketball, and it looks like if he doesn't have the ball in his hands, he really gets disinterested. So again, you just got like a one-dimensional player who just needs the ball in his hands. And like you have to like keep the defense like off balance and guessing. There's scouting reports out there, right? They know what Austin Reeves like to really do, and when they really, really want to, they can actually start taking that away from him. It seems like you could pressure the basketball as soon as he brings the ball up the half-court line. I mean, you can just start blitzing him, and he's not really a good decision maker with the actual basketball. So. Now, again, with JJ Redick now, I should have really let off with this. Good coaches, right? We see make game-to-game adjustments, right? And great coaches really make in-game adjustments. So, something actually has to change, right? When you're losing, you got to make some sort of a change. You got to make some sort of an adjustment. What's the definition of insanity? It's actually doing the same things over and over and over again and expecting a different result, man. So if I'm JJ Redick, I'm making the lineup change. I'm catering the offense more towards LeBron James and not towards Luka Doncic, man. I mean, he doesn't, he's slow. I mean, his head wasn't really in the game. He doesn't really put pressure on the rim like that from an athleticism standpoint. LeBron does, and LeBron really kind of makes quick decisions with the basketball. You'll see Luka hold the basketball. Cater the offense towards LeBron James, not towards Luka. Get Jackson Hayes out of there, man. and get someone that can space the floor out in DFS. And he should actually have wide open looks, right? Rudy Gobert is not going to go out there and try to run him off the three-point line. I don't think he has the foot speed like that to play on the perimeter, and nor does he really want to. We've seen guys who are way more athletic than Rudy. I'm sorry, not Rudy. Rudy Gobert, and they don't want to even guard the perimeter. So we'll see what actually happens. It's now 1:20 in the morning when I'm doing this video, so we'll see what happens this afternoon. I think the Lakers play on Sunday, and God willing, I will be watching, and we'll see what happens if JJ Redick actually gets this message. All right, so definitely like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share this video. When you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.